Okay, syncing now. Yo, what is up, homies? It's your boy Michael Walker coming back at you with a different kind of a video today. We're actually going to be analyzing two different versions of an exported project, and I'm going to be adding what I think may help an edit be more enticing to an audience. Pretty much this video is going to be touching on how to keep your audience engaged through doing a little extra in Premiere. So I'm gonna get into the first draft edit here of a tattoo artist named Zac Cap that the company that I work with and for, 8 Limbs Creative, helped make a little promo video showcasing some of the things that he can do as a tattoo artist, and my phone just got a notification. We have like clientception going on here. Like, Zac Cap is our client, but Tony, my business partner, is the client of Zac Cap. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second here. So let's get into this first video. I mean, not bad, right? We got some dope shots in there. The tattoo looks awesome. The music's great. But how could we improve that, right? So I started thinking about this and I re-edited. It took me, like another 3-4 hours maybe. But I'm gonna show y'all the final draft that I made for this edit. Keep in mind, all the shots are the same, but I want to see the kind of difference that it makes the second go around. So here we go. Ooh, that's a spicy meatball. Did you feel it? Did you feel it? There was a distinct difference in how that made me feel while watching it versus the first one. So let's dive into that and see exactly what made that one tick. Here we are in Adobe Premiere Pro 2019, and I am in my sequence. So start off with this first scene here. Obviously, you see that I have this big ol' layer of adjustment. Layers of adjustment. Adjustment layers, of course. And that is acting as my color correction layer. So this outside look, I went a little bit warmer. It doesn't have too much to do with the next bit, but I think the color correction of this part contrasts well with the next part that's a bit cooler. You know, when we go into his studio here, it's a bit more cooler inside, so I think that's a nice little contrast. But let's break down this scene. Pulls up, they dap up, and we head inside. So what makes this scene special? He's pulling up in his car, so we have a sound of a car pulling up. Car stops, door opens up. Sounds very natural. Starts getting out. We got little footsteps as he's getting out of his vehicle. They clasp hands. It's one of those like fleshy sound effects. So you feel like you're actually experiencing that moment. I bet if I wasn't breaking this down to y'all would have thought that was the audio that we captured there, but it actually was not. I added these sound effects in later on from Epidemic Sound, by the way, if you're wondering where you could get like cool sound effects or music. I got the music from there as well. It's actually pretty cheap. So epidemicsound.com, check it out. All right, so next they start walking in to the tattoo parlor. And what I thought was a really cool camera move that we could do was they're walking away from camera, right? So I was thinking the camera pulls out because the next shot starts pushing in. So it's like away, boom. The audience's mind, I feel like they are acknowledging that it's a different scene, you know? So in this new scene, he starts going over the design and talking with the client, you know, making sure everything's good for the go ahead. There's no audio in this sequence. It's mainly just for the looks of it. I feel like this shows a really good back and forth with the client and the service. You want to relate your audience with your subjects that you're filming, and if you can find little clips or ways to do that while you're filming or while you're editing, I feel like your audience is going to be more connected to your project in general. So definitely try to do that. So next we got this nice little 2-shot, kind of broadens everything, and then we swipe from right to left to show that we are progressing. Like when you read a book, you turn the page right to left, right? Go to the next page. So I feel like doing this in an edit is a natural way of showing that we're progressing. Oh, and also the sound effect of that transition is keyed to the music. So it feels really natural to go that way, right? So just listen. Doom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're keeping up the momentum. You're not feeling like that transition was forced or unnatural at all. So every shot in this next scene has some kind of sound effect to it. So the first shot, he's grabbing the paper out of the printer. So maybe that paper's rustling a little bit. The next shot is one of those things that helps the ink from the design stay on the leg. I don't know what it's called. So tattoo artists, don't come for me. But it's got that nice little, and you know, it sounds like, whoa, I'm really there. That is the actual sound that thing would make. I mean, because really you're showing your audience these close-ups. So if they see a spray bottle being sprayed, they're gonna want to hear a spray bottle being sprayed. When you're editing and stuff, I know it's really easy to like get out of that mindset of being an audience member as well. But if you try to re-gauge that and be like, oh, I'm a person just coming across this video or this film or whatever, then I think you can make a bit more educated decisions on certain things that maybe you should implement. Okay, before I start rambling again, of course, I've color corrected all of these parts. So the first video wasn't color corrected. The second video was color corrected. And the second video, I think it shows because you get this nice, cool theme going on. It's all pretty uniform, and I think gives it a really cool effect. So mess around with color correction too, guys. You know, if you're editing and stuff, it's a huge tool to be able to affect a scene, change up the themes and stuff. So this next scene, we just zoom in, boom. Now we're in it, baby. He's giving that tattoo like a boss. You hear the tattoo pin just zzz. And it's faded up and down. So certain shots, you know, maybe you can hear it a little bit louder. Certain shots you can't. I was pretty much just making it to where, okay, our proximity to the tattoo gun should be quieter if we're further away. That's the thing, guys. Close-up shots, wide shots, they're all interesting. So if you can tell your story in a specific way using all of them, it'll look like one coherent piece. Well, look at this nice wide shot of the entire scene, right? He's working on his leg. The client's just chilling out. Tony, just chilling. We move in. The next shot is a medium close-up on Zac. So it goes from a wide, we get in tighter, and the next shot goes even tighter. That feels like a natural progression of, okay, we're this far, we're this far, we're this far. So this last part where he just wipes away the foam and reveals the tattoo, cut the bullshit. No sound effects, none of that crazy movement and stuff. You want the audience to be paying attention to the image, and the shots look super sexy. So I didn't want to mess it up with some stupid like paper peeling sound effect. Like, you know what I mean? It's all about that tattoo. It's not about the sound the paper makes as it's going down his leg. We got these cool close-ups. I speed ramp it a little bit, so the first half of the clip, you know, is a little bit faster, and then on a cut, it slows down a bit so you can see more of the detail in there. The last shot, we suck out and pull back. All those things I went over are things that were not in the original, but definitely, I think, spiced up the final product. So if you guys are interested in implementing certain things into your B-roll and promo work, you know, however you want to handle your clients, going that little extra step makes all the difference. By adding color correction, you give it a theme, make it look super slick. By adding in sound effects, you make it feel natural. And by adding in transitions, you give it a flow. So all those things make this feel like a more cohesive project than just having the shots and the music. But yeah, guys, I didn't really show you how to specifically put in these effects and how to do the transitions and stuff like that, but maybe that'll be for a later video in the future. Like this video if you want to see more of me dissecting projects and going into what makes them tick. Plus, I can also teach you how to do certain things. So if you don't know certain things that you maybe want me to cover and show you, comment them down below. I'll get to working on that immediately. But yeah, that was this week's video, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining, and I hope y'all join me next week for the next installment on the Michael Walker channel. So I'll see y'all then. Have a wonderful day, you legends. This is Michael Walker.